Good evening, guys, ghouls and girls, and welcome to my first ever ghost adventure. I'm here at the old Ballaarat cemetery and we're here to do some ghost hunting, so let's see if we can find anything. I've just walked down the main path here, so I'm not really sure if I really want to dabble through and get lost or what I want to do. I don't know if you can really see anything. We've got some old graves. This cemetery is quite old. We have two here in Ballarat. One of them is newer and has my nan and granddad buried there, along with auntie and uncle. So that's an interesting fun fact. So tonight I am by myself. My fiance is off doing what fiancés do best, and that is not be with me. But I do have my trusty EMF detector, so if anything happens, we'll have it documented on here. I do also have my spirit box, so if I can find a seat, I will also be doing a spirit box session. But at the moment, we've just got some old, beautiful gravestones. I'm lucky to have gotten in to the cemetery because there have been a lot of vandalism, and unfortunately the police really had to crack down on that and stopped public access to cemeteries at night time for quite some time. But luckily for me, that doesn't seem to be an issue at the moment. I didn't have to break in, didn't have to do anything illegal. The gate was open. So here we are. I haven't strayed off the main path. I don't really feel like getting lost in a cemetery by myself. I'm actually surprised that I'm gutsy enough to do this by myself. So things I do for you guys, really. But like, it's quite peaceful here. We are sort of smack bang in the middle of town. So if you do hear any background noise, it's just cars driving around us. But otherwise it's quite peaceful, and I've got to admit, I've never really been afraid of cemeteries, just because I don't really know who's buried here. So I mean, they could have done a horrendous crime for all I know. But let's just read up on this one. So I can't even read that. George Frederick Smith. So we do have some very big, grand gravestones. I mean, they're quite beautiful, really. Some of them are statues. Nothing's happening on our EMF detector at the moment, so I might just find a quiet spot and start asking some questions. I do just want to put out a claim here that I am not looking to invite any spirits in, any negative spirits. I only wish to communicate with good, calm spirits. Please, I don't wish to take anything home with me. I am just here as somebody who can listen to you, maybe help you. Still nothing going on the EMF. I don't know if you guys can see that, but I'm pretty much in the guts of it now, so there's not much happening. I mean, there's graves down there, but not as big and crazy, and it's not as lit up. down this end. It's quite dark. So, is there anybody here that wishes to communicate with me this evening? That was my foot. I just kicked a rock and there was a car screeching in the background, just if that picked up on the camera. My name's Belinda. I just wish to communicate. I do not wish any harm. If you are here and you can, please light up my device that I'm holding in my right hand. You'll see that it has a green light. You can use your electronic magnetic field. So if anybody is watching this that isn't familiar with an EMF detector, there are 5 lights starting at green, then eventuating to red, orange in between. If there is anything that has any sort of magnetic field around it, any sort of presence, it'll light up, and that then gives us indication that there is something otherworldly here with us. It does work. I've had it go off. I've used one of these devices in J Ward, which is an asylum in Ballaarat, and it went crazy, and then I felt really sick afterwards. So it just all depends on what you believe in. Now there is a bird or something chirping, if you can hear that as well. And there is a bit of scuffing from me on the footpath, so but there's not a lot else that's happening. Now there are some myths, which some are a little bit more menacing than the others in Ballaarat Cemetery, the old Ballaarat Cemetery. It is said that there's an evil presence or a dark presence that lurks around in that area. I'm not really keen on going down there by myself. It is quite dark. There are houses over there too. There is a car driving past, so if you see any lights or noise, it's just that. I might be a bit more gutsy if I had my fiance or a friend with me, but for the time being, this is my first ghost adventure by myself, and I would like to stay alive to do more. So I'm just going to stick to the main path, I think, but going to see if I can get any sort of communication with anything. Still nothing happening on the EMF device, which is fine. I have been moving around a little bit, so I might just find a seat and then see if I can make any sort of communication. I'm just walking back towards the main entrance, but it's quite large. This is quite a large place. There's a tree. Is there anything here that would like to communicate with me? My name's Belinda. I'm not here to cause any harm or upset. I just wish to communicate. If there is anything here with me, could you please light up my device that I'm holding in my right hand? That just helps me know that you are here. Friends, it is a very cold evening too, by the way, so you might hear me huffing and puffing. I've got my beanie on, I've got a big coat on. I look like I'm going to the snow, really. Ballarat gets very cold. My town is notorious for being a very cold place. We are about an hour and a half away from Melbourne in Victoria, if that gives you any sort of indication as to where I am. If you search up our town, you'll get a good idea of what we are, but we are also a old gold mining town. Ballarat was known for its gold. Any tourists out there who may have been around Melbourne might know that Ballarat has Sovereign Hill, and that's a tourist attraction here. Probably brings in the most money. Get to go mining for gold and all sorts of things. It's very interesting for a few years, and then once you've done it about 1,000,000 times for school, gets a bit old, really. Okay, I'm just stopped here. I'm in front of a grave. I can't really read it. I don't have my torch, which probably wasn't a very smart idea. Let me get my phone. See if I can get my torch going. Still nothing happening. Ooh. Oh, that might just be my phone. My EMF detector just started to light up, but I think it's my phone that's upset it. So, never mind, I take back my oohs of excitement. Okay. So at the moment, I'm in front of John N. Oates. He died 7th of August, 1927. So that just gives you an idea of how old this place is and how old the spirits are that are here. They've been around for a little while. Now, Ballaarat does hold some ghost tours as well. There is said to be a whole town underneath one of our main streets because we've just built on top of it. So they're pretty much like basements, and they've just built on top of those, so extra floors, and then just concreted over the rest of it. So they have opened up tours to actually get underneath the town and see all of that as well. So I would be interested to do that because I haven't done a ghost tour in Ballarat. Someone making noise over there. I think there's a party or something happening. So if you heard a female yelling, it wasn't anything spooky. I think it's just somebody who's had a little bit to drink. EMF still not happening. There isn't really a seat on this main path, and I'm not going to sit on one of the graves because I'm not disrespectful like that. So I'm just going to... There is a gazebo. Let's go to the gazebo. Still nothing happening on EMF, but maybe once I sit and settle, I'll be a little bit more welcoming. I hope you are all having a lovely day, evening, whatever it is there. a lot of my viewers are American, and I did that on purpose just because I wanted to sort of stay anonymous for as long as I could. Just making sure there's nobody in here, because that would be creepy as all hell. There's no squatters. Okay, good. I'm just going to sit. I'm in a gazebo, which is quite lovely actually. It's cold, but still quite lovely. I have my EMF detector here. If there is anybody here, please feel free to communicate with me. Sit down, have a chat. I offer you the seat across from me, and you can talk to me. How old are you? Are you male or female? Do you know where you are? Not much is happening with the EMF device, guys. Just a bit of a shame. I'm just going to set that down. It's still on. I've just put it down next to me. I've got my phone and my torch, so I'll just turn that off. I'm just curious to see if I can get my spirit box going. I do also have an app that has something similar to an ovilus on it. I don't know if I trust that it will work. We might try that the next episode. Alright, I've got my spirit box. I'm just going to whip that out. Now, it might not be too loud because I don't have an extra speaker on it. Okay, now just bear with me for a moment. While I sort of figure out what's happening with that backlight. Cool, the backlight doesn't work, that's really helpful. I've just slowed it down. So there is a radio station that will come up shortly. That's as loud as I can get it, guys. Oh, that was something. That's the radio. Are you here with me? Is there anybody here? Use this device that I'm holding in my hand to try and communicate with me. Okay, that was something. I don't know what he said. Thank you. Now, just for my viewers who might not know what a spirit box is, it sweeps through different radio frequencies, and the idea of it is if you get words that come through in a sentence over a few radio frequencies, then you've got a spirit or something's trying to communicate with you. Obviously, you get the radio, which we were up to, so that's what that was. But there was a male voice before that spoke to me in 3 sentences and 3 words. How old are you? Are you male or female? Ooh, that was definitely a male's voice coming through. What is your name? There is a light shining through there. Okay. I've just got a very uneasy feeling. I'm going to be straight up with you guys. I'm feeling it. Still nothing's happening on the EMF detector though. That was a bug. I'm fairly sure that just said maybe you should get out of here. Is somebody trying to communicate with me? That's the radio again. Would you like me to leave? Just going to switch that off for a moment. Still nothing happening on the device. I'm going to get up and I'm going to get out of here because, as I said, I am feeling a little bit uneasy. That just might be the spirit box kicking in, and just not sure if I did get anything coming through there. I'll have to review the footage. But your girl will admit it, she is a bit spooked. So if you would like me to leave, light up this device in my hand and I will go. Is there anyone here with me? Did anyone communicate with me through the spirit box? I don't know, guys, we might just have a super quiet night. That's my foot. My foot again. I'm walking, so if you do hear anything, it's hoping we get a little bit of activity. And as I said, I'll have to review that spirit box. I will have to get a little speaker to plug into it so it's a bit louder, because it is quiet. Which is funny, because as somebody who watches Ghost Adventures religiously, that's usually the thing that's the loudest out of all of their equipment. Okay. I've stopped here in front of Arthur Edwards' grave. We have a few people buried here, actually. Oh. Benjamin, Elizabeth, and Edward died in infancy. Gosh, that's sad. And a few gills. We've got some gills in there. Okay. Wow. That just gave me a real sadness wash over me. I hope you're resting in peace. And come in respect. I do not wish to disturb any of you that may be resting. If you do wish to communicate, then I'm here to listen. If you want to show me that you're here with me, please light up my device. Or even talk into the device I'm holding in my left hand, which is you guys. I have a Spectrum attached onto my GoPro, so that's how I've got the night vision. I don't know if it's really working as well as I'd like it to, but I don't have a torch because I'm a moron. But I also don't have enough hands, so I brought you along and my EMF detector. Not a lot's happening. Alright, I'm going to stray off the main path here. I'm just walking to the right, so you will hear some more footsteps because it's a bit gravelly here. I am walking towards the lighter area, so I am still feeling, just a little bit nervous. Talking to you guys helps, so thank you for that. Now, there is something over here that's lighting up, like a little lamp. It's lighting up in all different colours. It's quite pretty. It's like a little Christmas tree. I'll just show you that. Oh, it's got flowers in it. And it lights up different colours. You probably can't see that because of the Spectrum. Let me try and turn that off. Oh, there you go. Beautiful. So this is on a grave that has Kerr written on it, which is interesting because I do know a few Kerrs. I worked with some at my old job, so I'm wondering if they're any sort of relation to the Kerrs that I know. Probably a long, long line down. I'm walking. It's my footsteps. There's some cars driving past. Still nothing happening on the EMF, as you can see. Not really much happening at all. I do feel a lot better now that I've walked away from that area though, so that's interesting. It is more lit up here though, so maybe that's sort of easing. Okay, now we're on ground, like we're on lawn. It's not gravel anymore. Maybe I do need to go into the dark hidey hole. Of course I do. The spot I was trying to avoid. Some of these gravestones are quite pretty. This one's checkered. That's fun. And this one, as I said, they're very old. This one has been destroyed. As I said at the start, some of these have been vandalised, which is just terrible. I don't know why people can't just leave people to rest in peace. Well, I suppose I'm sort of upsetting, aren't I? Okay, well, still nothing happening on the EMF. I've got some flowers here, which is lovely. It's pretty quiet tonight. I have been here before, and we have had lights go off on the EMF. I don't remember anything coming through on the spirit box though. Some cars driving past. Okay, well, I might just head home. I'll make one more attempt. If there is anything here that wishes to communicate with me, I mean no harm. I'm just interested in your existence. Please change the light on the device that I'm holding in my hand. Show yourself. in the device that I'm holding in my left hand, or even whisper or talk. I'm walking on the gravel, that's my footsteps. Something just beeped, a car of some description. Okay, well, I'm not going to bother you any longer, and I'm going to go. So if you are here, thank you. If you did try to communicate with me, I appreciate your efforts. Again, I do not wish to take anything home with me. I do not wish any malicious spirits to follow me. I just want love and light. I mean no harm. And I hope you all rest easy. Thank you for your time. So I'm just walking back now. It's just gotten slightly colder. I got the chills down my legs and my face. Someone's listening to Sure. Do you believe in life after love? I hope you all enjoyed this. I know it's a bit boring, this one. Usually I at least get a spike on the EMF when I've done tours here. I've done about 3 or 4. But that's okay. Just a quiet night. There is a bit of traffic, which might be scaring away our guests. So it is also very cold. Maybe they're all just sleeping. Hopefully next time I'm gutsy enough to go up the back. I should have somebody with me, at least, when that happens. So I'm turning off the EMF detector and I'm walking towards the main entrance. Just going to take a seat and I will close out this video. Thank you so much for tuning in to this video. Sorry that it was a bit boring, but I hope you still enjoyed it. It helped talking to you. Normally I wouldn't come out here all by myself, but it did help just talking to the camera, knowing that somebody's going to watch this and enjoy it, hopefully. So thank you for being here. I'll find another location to go through for you, and hopefully that one has a little bit more going on for it. So tonight was pretty quiet actually, so not sure what the go is with that, but anyway, thank you for joining and I will see you later on the next one. Stay spooky.